As one of eBay's top clothing sellers, I wanted to see what would happen if I moved my items from eBay to Poshmark for one whole year and see what type of results I would get over there. The results are really interesting, so let's get into it. Here's all of our Poshmark orders that sold over the weekend. The biggest question is, how much did we sell? So we have a revolving 2,000 item store, meaning we consistently have about 2,000 items on our store. We sell about as much as we are listing. So with that being said, over on Poshmark, for the past 12 months, we did about $50,000 in sales. So how much profit did we actually make on the $50,000 in sales? So from the $50,000 in sales that we did, 10,000 of it went to Poshmark fees. The items that we sold cost us $11,688. I spent $819 on Nifty, leaving us with around $27,000 in profit. So was making the $27,000 in profit worth it? Let's break down how much time it actually took to sell over on Poshmark. So as I said earlier, we are originally eBay sellers. So the processing time, we put all of our items up on eBay first, and then I use a cross-listing app called Nifty. You can use whatever cross-listing app you want, but I use Nifty to then take that eBay listing and go put it over onto Poshmark. And the time it takes to take one item on eBay and go put it on Poshmark is about 5 seconds. And then once it comes to actually shipping the Poshmark sales, to find it in our inventory and ship it out is maybe about a minute. Once you add all that up to how many items we cross-listed over and how many items we shipped out on Poshmark, you're looking at about 35 hours of work to sell on Poshmark. And doing 35 hours of work or $27,000 in profit, I feel like that's worth it. Like I said, the items are already on eBay, waiting to be sold over on eBay, and doing an extra 35 hours of work on top of what we did on eBay to bring in an extra $50,000 in sales is worth it in our books. Could an average person do this? Yes. Yes, I can. Anybody can do this. Like any reseller, you already have your stuff over on eBay. You can easily cross-list it over to Poshmark. Or if you started out on Poshmark and you want to cross-list over to eBay, super easy. I love referring Nifty to anyone and everyone who's interested in it. There's actually so many people in my group that have used other cross-listers and have converted over to Nifty, and they're just singing Nifty's praises. Like, they love it so much. If you are interested in using a cross lister, I would say that the most important thing is how accurate their auto delist feature is. If they don't even offer auto delist, I would not even use it, because then you have to have the nightmare of making sure that if something's sold on a platform, you are manually going and taking it off the other platforms. Nifty does it for you, and they're very accurate and very quick at doing it. And if the occasional mistake happens where they're not able to delist it for whatever reason, they'll let you know instantly. That way you can go in and take it down yourself. So I've been more intentional with how I'm spending my time each day as a business owner and as a mom. I've been pivoting more to educational content versus entertainment content. One tool that I've been using is utilizing Masterclass. Most recently, I've been listening to Cal Newport all about how to achieve more while doing less. And I don't have to carve out any special time in order to hear what he has to say. I can throw it on whenever I'm taking a walk, doing some chores, or driving around. Really, it's like a podcast that you get to listen to. But I'm learning from people who are at the top of their fields, and not just listening to the information they're giving, but how they think. And that's what's been really valuable for me. If you've been wanting to find more ways to invest into yourself, but don't think you have enough time to do it, this is such an easy way to start. Right now, Masterclass is offering 50% off with plans starting at $10 a month, billed annually. So if you've been thinking about it, this is the perfect time to jump in. Thank you, Masterclass, for partnering with me today. So now let's talk about what it's like selling on Poshmark and compare it to eBay. Is one platform better than the other? I would say that eBay is still our primary number one source for selling items, for sure. But Poshmark was a nice boost to the sales. But it's just so in the background, you don't really have to, it just runs on its own. Like, you don't really have to actively do anything, especially with Nifty's auto resharing feature, where it just shares my items on its own like thousands of times a day. Literally, it's so hands off to bring in like an extra $50,000 in sales. It's pretty nice.
Yeah, I kind of view them both as one platform now. It used to be like, hey, we got an extra couple sales from Poshmark, but now it's pretty much consistently like 5-ish sales every day.
Yeah, eBay, we're selling on average around 20, 25 items a day, depends on the season. But on Poshmark, we averaged about 5 sales a day. In the very beginning of me cross-listing over to Poshmark, I didn't cross-list the entire store over. I did about half of it. I wish I would have done that sooner, just get the whole entire 2,000 items over as soon as possible, and then continual cross-listing every single day. In the beginning, it was so new and I just kept forgetting to do it that we went about the first half of the year without reaching its max potential. So if you look at the chart, you could see like the first half was a little bit lower, and then the second half is whenever I finally cross-listed all of it over, and it significantly doubled all of our sales. So I wish I would have done that sooner.
Yeah, if you're going to do it, just do it all at once.
Take a weekend, cross-list it all over, you'll be good to go. I would say the nicest thing about selling on Poshmark is the returns. Or should I say the lack of returns?
Yeah, like eBay's what, like 3-4%? And then
Yeah.
Poshmark's like less than 1%?
Yeah, we're sitting at like 4 or 5% on eBay because we offer free returns over on eBay because eBay likes that, and you get a discount on eBay fees if you offer free returns. And then it helps with your algorithm and searchability to offer returns. So I do that for all the advantages, but it's easy to open up returns over on eBay, whereas on Poshmark, they don't do that. Like, they take care of shipping. They also don't allow free returns. Has to be for legit reasons, like an actual mistake that the seller made, or if the buyer can really make a really good case to open up a return. So out of like the 2,000 items almost that we sold on Poshmark, we probably had 5 returns. So whatever that percentage is, it's so low. If we were to start over again as resellers, would we start on Poshmark first or eBay first? And I was still saying we would start out on eBay.
I'd do both. I
The-
wouldn't
It's
even,
true.
I wouldn't choose one or the other.
Yeah, it's
It's
true.
like I would start using whatever, cross-listing, and just post anywhere that had a decent platform.
Maybe not like straight out the gate as like a brand new seller.
That's what I would do.
Well, with the knowledge that you have now, but like people who are first starting out on eBay need to know what a good in-demand item is and like how to price it. If they're just cross-listing a bunch of really bad items over to Poshmark, they're not going to get good results.
Yeah, you still have to put good stuff on your store.
Yeah, so maybe not right out the gate, but once you start getting traction on eBay first, then cross-list over to Poshmark. Like, prove it to yourself that you can sell your items on eBay, and if you can sell your items on eBay, you can sell your items over on Poshmark. That's how I would do it. But I like starting out on eBay more, like, first, because they have way more data for you to actually make informed buying decisions and know how to price your items. Poshmark, they don't give you that data. It's really hard to tell what's selling well over there and what's not. And eBay still, at this time, is the more popular secondhand marketplace currently. We never once ever regretted cross-listing over onto Poshmark. We just viewed it as extra bonus money anytime a sale came through. Did we just steal sales from eBay and just pushed it on over to Poshmark? Or is there some legitimacy that we sold our items faster by putting it on multiple platforms versus just eBay?
We definitely started making more sales because it was an immediate thing. We knew what our average was, which, like, we were averaging about 20 items a day on eBay. And then we started cross-listing all of our items over, and now we, on average, sell like 27, I think. So
Yeah, the latest average is 27. 27 items a day.
And that will
So
fluctuate a little bit, but all in all, it was like a pretty apparent immediate jump in the average of items we sold a day.
yeah, there were probably definitely stuff that sold on Poshmark that may have sold same day on eBay as it did on Poshmark,
Right.
but it's hard to tell, like, determine that.
Yeah, that's bound to happen when you split your store into 2 different buckets, but
Yeah. But at the end of the day, if there is a huge increase in your sales altogether in the big, like, bowl of reselling, yes, we definitely made more sales because we cross-listed over onto Poshmark, and We didn't just shift it over to a different platform. Because if we look at the chart, the 12 months previously, before we started cross-listing, we were sitting at about $225,000 in sales with roughly around the same store size. And then the past 12 months, when we were cross-listing over into Poshmark, our sales on eBay increased as well. And then we had that nice extra $50,000 sales boost to go alongside with it. So we at least sold the same amount, but more on eBay. Cross-listing versus not cross-listing, we still sold more. But then again, we had that extra $50,000 come through, which was nice. Nice, good little bonus.
Getting behind.
Mm-hmm. Was there like any frustrations that we had? Oh, I guess the biggest frustration is the pick list. Like trying to figure out what sold and
the SKUs aren't in order.
yeah. They don't put the SKU number on the sales page, like where the order is. You have to click in each single one to then see what actually sold and go find it, which is really annoying. But with Nifty, they've got that AI little auto bot, whatever it's called. And I've been just saying like, hey, give me a pick list of items that sold on Poshmark between these dates. And then he'll go through and itemize it for us and in numerical order. So that's one way we've been working around that. But I wish Poshmark would just do what eBay does, where you can sort your orders by SKU. It would make our polling process so much easier.
Yeah, it's not the worst. Like if I have 10 items that I have to go and pick and walk back and forth a little bit, it doesn't add that much time to it. But yeah, it would be nicer if they implemented the feature.
Like a quality of life update.
Yeah.
Would be nice. Oh, and then I guess the other annoying thing is if you sell too much or you delist items too much, you get kicked off of Poshmark. You're like in
that's way
timeout.
worse.
Yeah, that's way worse. Well, it's not way worse, but
it's way worse than having to walk back and forth a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. Because as soon as I started cross-listing over like the month after they made a new change where it was like, you can't delist an arbitrary number of items off your Poshmark store or else you'll be in trouble. It's to prevent people from like, I guess, delisting their entire store and relisting it every single day and being spammy that way. But for the people who cross list and they don't do that, they just simply sell on other platforms. It's been a thing. So like once every 2-ish months, Poshmark will be like, you sold too much. You took too many items off your Poshmark store. You're in timeout now. So as soon as I get that email in, I have it now just like on auto send. So as soon as I get that email in, I'm just like, hey, it's because I sold all these items. They're no longer for sale. Take me off of the timeout. And then they release me and then I can continue on. But again, is it worth an extra $50,000 in sales or $27,000 in profit to send an occasional email every once in a while? Like, yeah, for sure. 1,000%. Poshmark is not worth it if you do not share your items thousands of times a day. That is a play to win thing that is of Poshmark. It's just a little antic that they have. The more times you reshare your items, you get boosted in the algorithm, all of that. You get visibility that way. That's why I use Nifty, because they have that auto share feature where I don't have to manually be sharing these items thousands of times a day. They do it for me. Before I turned that auto share feature on, I was getting nothing. No sales, hardly anything. I was getting a bunch of spam in the beginning. That stopped. But as soon as I turned that auto feature on, it was a huge game changer. So if you're going to cross list over to Poshmark and you don't have that auto sharing feature, don't even bother. Honestly, it's like that extreme. I would not recommend it if you're not going to do that. But you will definitely get better results if you're auto sharing. I know, I don't make the rules over on Poshmark. It just is what it is if you want to have a better experience and sell more. I don't change the pricing on the platforms because I don't play pricing games on eBay to begin with. I just price it at what that item is worth, and the item's going to be worth $25 on eBay. It'll be worth $25 on Poshmark. I don't do anything else different than that. I just charge the same across all platforms. The fees are comparable because once you take out the fees that eBay charges on top of shipping, after you take an account of the promoted ad rate fee and just the standardized fee, all of that, once you put all of it together, it really does compare to what Poshmark charges, which is on average just the 20% fee. I know if you got like a really cheap item, they only take like $2.95 out of it, but 20% was the average fee that was being taken out. And that's about average as to what eBay is charging as well. So the fees are essentially the same. You don't have to worry about shipping, which is really nice on Poshmark. Whereas eBay, you have to constantly look at what the post office is doing and then make sure you're charging accordingly. So, but with Poshmark, they just take care of it for you. And honestly, they charge less shipping on the buyers, which is really nice. So like currently right now, it seems like eBay's going bananas on charging shipping because the post office prices are increasing. But Poshmark, I don't know how they're doing it. I don't know how they're staying in business, but it's basically discounted shipping over there. I think the best thing is like whenever eBay is down, like they're crashing out, they have an update, whatever the case is, like you're not pigeonholed to that one platform and all of that platform's ups and downs. You have diversity of what the other platforms are doing. So while eBay's down, Poshmark still might be thriving that day, and you have an average sales day instead of a essentially no sales day. So I definitely like that flexibility that you have and diversity selling on other platforms. So I think that's everything that I have to share about my experience with
That's all I
Poshmark.
have to say about that.
Yep. I guess if you have any other questions that I didn't address in the video, ask it down below and I'll answer it there. 10 out of 10 recommend, would do again. I forgot to record an outro, so bye.